One.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. According to Jenny, that's her favorite day.
I love Mondays.
Oh my God, I'm going to say that to myself every single day for like 100 times per day until I fully take the idea in.
I'm just saying, it's like a fresh start. It's a new week.
Yes.
Possibility.
All those possibilities. Especially today, guys, we are diving into imagination. And in case you are brand new on the block, this is Wen and Jenny. We are diving in the book Think and Grow Rich. And this chapter is all about possibilities.
I love that word.
Which one, imagination or possibility?
Possibilities.
Ooh, the whole world is our oyster. We just need to grab the shell, eat it. Amazing, amazing. So without further ado, let me show you guys. Wow, so many buttons to click, but all good. Let me know when you see my screen.
Woohoo! All right.
Yes.
We're in business.
All right, guys. I love Monday so much, and Jenny is my MondayChamp.com. With that, let's dive into imagination. And if we talk about imagination, guys, we have to bring out the castle.
Yes, the castle is back.
Castle is back.
And whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve.
Yep, I second that. And this is 5 steps toward the riches.
We could create anything that we can imagine.
Anything and everything. Wow.
Yeah,
that was effective.
Definitely pauses.
Boom. Now the whole sentence is complete. We're ready to move on to the next one. Talking about imaginations, guys, you must wonder, what are the imaginations? Well, there are 2 types of imagination.
The synthetic imagination creates nothing, and it works with the material of experience, old concepts, ideas, or plans, and it recombines them into new shapes. And this is like education and observations on which it's fed.
Yeah, in case you have no idea what that crazy picture was, guys, that was the brain. That's the brain that you and me are all functioning. And guys, English is my second language. So today I looked it up, synthetic. And when I realized this word by itself, it means a fake. So basically it means this is no imagination exists in the synthetic world. You basically put together all the old experiences, the concept, the idea, the plan, all the shit that you have done in the past, put it together, boom, you got your synthetic imagination or fake imagination. On the other hand, now you got your creative imagination. That's how you get all the colors, all the rainbows, all the sunshine, all the different type of wheels come from.
This is like your hunches and your inspirations.
Yeah, and I love, I trust you all have already read the book. But if you didn't, quickly, the one line talk about when you turn on the creative imagination, that's how you connect directly with your subconscious mind. That's how you kind of having that, like Jenny mentioned, the hunches or the feeling that you knew that's the right choice, or that's the way to go. That sense of direction and sense of who you are, that is where it comes from.
That strong desire.
Yes.
And in the book, it says the conscious mind is vibrating at an exceedingly rapid rate.
How rapid?
So this is, when the conscious mind is stimulated by those desires, those strong desires.
Yep, it's coming, baby. Just turn it on. But in case you're like, oh my God, Wen, I have no idea what you're talking about. I think in my mind, I always use synthetic in the past. which is completely normal. And this is just like the muscle, guys. If you never pick up, 5 pounds of dumbbell, you probably can never lift it up. It's a similar concept. We have to practice it so it will get better and more flexible for our own use.
And it says the great leaders of business, industry, finance, and the great artists, musicians, poets, and writers became great because they developed the faculty of the creative imagination.
And Jenny, do you have any thoughts or ideas on how can us who are not poet and nor not fancy people yet, we truly are. We are the poet of our own life.
You're a poet and you don't even know it.
Hey, someone say that. Is that a famous thing? Wow, I'm going to use that line.
You're a poet and you don't even know it.
Love it. Well, we are poet, obviously, but undiscovered poet just yet. I'm curious, how can we practice or leverage more of our creative imagination? Do you have any suggestions, any ideas you can share?
I would say it's back to like what we've discussed in previous chapters about just like playing that movie reel in your mind. I actually did it today. I went and got a massage and like I was like in between sleep and awake and just different scenarios in my mind. Like it was crazy. Like it was so fun.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And like I've been doing that a lot in the early mornings too, like choosing to stay in that space, but just kind of like playing around with different thoughts.
So beautiful. So let's break it down. The imagination, truly, guys, to understand the castle, you have to really use all your faculties. And exactly like Jenny mentioned, right? How can we really imagine that movie, quote unquote, in your head and really get emotionally involved and truly let the path unfold right in front of you? So there are 3 simple steps.
Beautiful. Yeah. So you imagine it, you hold that picture of it in your mind, and then it's important to feel what you want to feel. I would advise feeling positive things. And then that one. And I had to remind myself because I had like something that came up yesterday that wasn't so favorable, and I had to like reframe it because those thoughts are powerful.
How do you able to do that? Like that's a great like, because I feel like sometimes those moments comes like even though you are not prepared because you are literally just in the free trend of thought. Good, like it's like 50-50. It's like flip the coins. You have a great idea come out, maybe not so great, and then now that you said you can able to reframe it going back. Like how do you actually do that, Jenny? Like, can you share?
Sure. So I tried to become more present, like in not worrying about what's going to happen in the future, like fuck the past, and it's just like being present and just trusting that like
yes,
that will be, and just knowing that it's going to be for my highest benefit, and just remembering that thoughts are things, to be that.
Totally. And 100% thoughts are things. So really, guys, if you can imagine, you can have it. But if you can't imagine, well, you can't have it. So guys, pick your battle wisely.
You go, girl.
Well, let's talk about the process. Let's talk about, how can we use the imagination to truly help us get where we wanted to go. So with that, step number 1 is we need to recognize who we are today, whether it's financially, in career-wise, in family, in spiritually. And the reason I put the turtle there, guys, so in case if you are one of, just like all of us, maybe slightly in our shell, that's okay. You want to go to the castle, you are taking one step at a time, get there, but very importantly to recognize where you are right now before you can really know where you're heading to.
It's so important.
So yes, step number 1, know where you are. Step number 2, know where you want it to be in 1 year from today, aka your castles. 1 year from today. Your family, your career, your spiritually, wow, fancy word. Spiritually, financially, all the great things you wanted to do. And once you kind of figured out where you are, where you wanted to go, then really brainstorm using imagination to think about what are the things you can do to help you get to where you want to be.
Definitely. And I think it's great to write down, these things, because I feel like personally for me, like when I write down, other things come up that I wouldn't just think about. It's like it's a different process. And I think it's important to state where you are, like, and be like real with where you are.
Yes. I think it's 100% correct. I think knowing where you are, so then you know where the anchor to go, rather than maybe you think you are here, maybe you are here slightly, and then you have a little bit misleading direction from yourself. So, which is not the most optimal way to get to where you really want to go. And I think we need to give ourselves a grace. So what if right now where I am is not the most ideal, most amazing destination? So what? I think we have to own our own path, our journey. So what? God damn it! If I'm not the most famous poet in the entire planet. That's okay, because I have to love where I am right now in order for me to get full speed to become that poet I really want to be.
And I feel like sometimes it's like you don't even have to love it. Like for me, like I feel like sometimes the painful parts of where you are is like that will catapult you into doing that kind of action, because it's I don't know. I feel like I've always had a lot of growth, which growth to me, honestly, today when I was writing it down and thinking about it, it's painful. But it's always brought me to like a higher level of growth.
I'm glad you mentioned this, Jenny. I want to just mention this. It's never going to be just rainbow and sunshine. And there's going to be a time that's so painful. And for me, I remember vividly, when I was 13 or 14-ish, when I, stuck in my hometown, like in such a young age, I remember this feeling. I felt so much. It's not even the pain. It's more like suffocation. I felt like I just so stuck. Like every day I'm so like annoying, not even right. I'm just so angry. I was just so frustrated. I don't know where to go. I just felt, I look around, I don't see the way out. I just felt really, it's like a feeling that you don't even see the hope. Like that feeling, it was literally my entire teenager time. And I'm such a bubbly and happy person today, but you will not recognize if you met me when I'm 15. I'm such a bitch. I'm not even joking. And, I just think it's so important to recognize the moment, even though it's not a quote unquote most beautiful moment, but it is part of our journey. And like Jenny mentioned, that pain, that struggle, that challenges were able to charge you and help you to pull forward. So it's whatever, it's like Tony said, right? We are either wanted to go after what we really want, what really make us happy, or want to live away from what gave us the pain and the struggle and suffering. So if we can really leverage the both part, the carrots and the stick, effectively and strategically, boom, you're gonna be the most famous poet on the entire universe.
Your pain is your gift.
Yes. And I love this part is, always think about the best scenario, because oftentimes we are, human beings have this beautiful mind that can give us all those, imagination, thinking, all that. But yeah, we also kind of born to worry. We always worry about, what will this happen? Will that happen? Because we want to be prepared. That's just how we were before. We want to make sure we will not be eaten by tiger, by snake, all those things.
Snack, you're a snack.
Oh, I need to tell you something completely irrelevant. So when I was in University of Illinois, we do this research. And in the research, I write down, anyone who come to my research, I will provide a snacks for people. And my professor read my essay in the class. She said, "Hey, Wen, you're going to provide snake to people?" I said, "Yes, you told us we should provide snacks to people." Anyhow, that was a moment I was so embarrassing to realize there's a snack, there's a snake, and they are so similar. And that was, professor thought I'm going to feed people snake when they come to my research, which is like, anyhow, to sum up, our mind was programmed, right, to avoid the worry, all the crazy things we had when we back to the caveman. But now we have to really direct our mind to think the most positive and really use the best case scenario to guide us, so we can really know what we're shooting for and truly dream big,
Boom.
Boom. Wow.
Oh, here we go with this quote, girl.
Wow.
I swore I thought I wrote this one.
I totally do. Well, tell us, Jenny. Like, I need to learn this from you.
No, I always say, and I always thought to myself, like, the time's going to pass anyway. Like, why not work towards something that you're passionate about and not give up on it?
Totally. And I think the reason, even though it seems so obvious or, quote unquote common sense, but yeah, oftentimes we have this big idea in our minds, oh, this is going to take forever. This is not going to work. Or I don't have, like, those quote unquote excuses, that moment you come out, you don't even catch yourself. And you just thought, oh, it's going to be forever. But yeah, truly, so what? We all going to die. The time going to pass by. We all going to become powders. Why not give it a shot, right? And I think, Jenny and Earl have captured it so beautifully. So guys, don't give up on the dream just because, hey, the time going to pass by regardless, and it's yours to grab if you choose to believe.
Absolutely. And I wrote in my book, I wrote little notes in the margin, and I put, your life is a mirror. That's so interesting. So it's like, I guess I was thinking, like, whatever you are imagining your life to be, like, the world within creates the world without.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I totally believing and align with that. I think the world is a mirror, a reflection of who we are in a world. So if we, look at the beautiful things, that's because we are all beautiful beings. And truly, every one of us, our spirit is perfect. It's beautiful the way we are today. And truly, the world is just a reflection, the mirror, 100%. So, guys, look for the sparkles because I know they are in you right now, right this moment. And I wanted to comment on one piece is, up to this point, guys, we're talking about imagination. It sounds like, oh, wow, that is a rainbow and sunshine. I'm going to go after it. However, in a book, one part that, I love, Napoleon, just comment on this is that you have an imagination is beautiful. Well, I'm going to read exactly what quote. He said, it was a favorable break that gave him the biggest opportunity in his entire lifetime to write this book. But then the 25 years of determined effort has to be devoted to the opportunity before it becomes an asset. So idea here is, before he can imagine the best scenario, he had to put in the work. The 25 years is no joke, guys. He really has to have the determination, the definiteness of the purpose, the desire to obtain, and the persistent effort of 25 years. And I love, he said, there's no desire will ever survive the disappointment, discouragement, temporary defeat, criticism, and all the constant accusation of waste of time. Like, someone like him is such a beautiful mind, and even he himself have those insecurity, those doubt, those questioning from time to time. So I feel like now just gave me, really two things. One, Dan, he is just normal human being like you and me. So it's totally okay if there's moment that you felt, God damn it, I don't know if I can get this done. But that's okay. That moment of defeat is okay as long as you're passing through that. That's one. And secondly, mirror imagination is beautiful, but it's not enough. We need to also encompass with a massive, persistent action to get it done.
Absolutely.
That is all about the presentation time.
It's beautiful. I love this chapter.
We are back to
life. Oh my God, we forgot to talk about vision boards.
Yes, that is last but not the least, one of the secret weapons that Jenny always possesses. So now let's have Jenny to tell us about the vision board.
Oh, well, we were thinking that, I have a couple of vision boards that I've made that I look at every day, and I try to envision, what certain things would look like. But we were thinking this Thursday, we want to share with you on a PowerPoint, kind of like some of the stuff that we envision, just as an example. Ooh. Right?
Yes. I love that. And for me, by the way, guys, if this is new to you, this year, 2020 is my first year I ever even start learning this word, vision board. So if you are so new, don't worry, girl. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I am right here with you. I made my second vision board this year, and it's such a fun experience. Even though before in my mind was, oh, there's so much work. You know, got cutting the magazine, got a glue. I mean, all the things. But when you actually put it into work, it's so fun, and it really help you have that imagination so much easier because there's pictures right in front of you.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. It's fun. I love it. I love being creative. I love bringing out like what I envision like into something physical or something I could look at every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe in them because I remember like my aunt had one when I was younger, and it was like cool to see. I remember like exactly what was on it, what it looked like, and it came true.
Magic.
Mm-hmm. It took some time, but it came true.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, you mentioned, Jenny, like you said you have your vision board, you kind of looking at every day. What is your process when you have that board? Do you just look at it every day, or do you look at it before you go to bed? Do you have a ritual? Do you have a routine about that vision board once you have it ready?
My most important one I do look at every day, and I read things on it just as a reminder.
Yeah.
But I have a couple. I have one that's like relationship. I have one that's business. I have one that's like a roundabout, like things that I want to accomplish like personally. And then I have like one that I just did a couple full moons ago that was just like, you know, just inspiration from a magazine, that things that popped out at me. And it's so weird because certain things on that one,
yeah,
I realize have manifested. Like little weird things I didn't even think of. And I don't even look at that one every day. But when I look back, I was like, oh, you know, like, oh, wow. You know, and it reminds me, you know, like what did I think about when I was making that? Like, why is that so important? Why are those words so important to me? Why does that picture mean something to me?
Mm-hmm. So tell me about the process. You just got a couple magazine and you just cut it off. Like, what magazine do you pick for people who are just new and they don't know which magazine to pick?
Well, you know, it's funny because I usually do like I'll print out different photos from like Pinterest and I print on photo paper, different quotes that mean a lot to me, different just things that like, you know, after I wrote down what I want, I'll try to get a visual because I'm also like a visual representation of that.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the board. But this magazine one, like I get like a mindful wellness magazine. This one was like about quantum mindfulness, self-help, you know, self love, just like random stuff. But
beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Like I have like it's funny, there's recipes for success on there. I didn't even remember cutting that out, but that's what I named the podcast. It was just so many different things.
You want to show us?
I'll show you on Thursday.
Okay, no pressure, guys. All right, well, get ready. Think about what you really want. Use your imagination, bring it back to life. And really, if you have time, which I know you do, make a vision board. Like Jenny mentioned, look at it every day, every second when you get a chance, before you go to pee, afterwards. Either way, you got to look at it. So then it will
it's so happen. Fun. I love them. Yeah.
Yes. Do you have any other thought you want to share regarding the imagination chapter, Jenny?
I just wanted to share maybe the last page of the chapter that reads, "Success requires no explanation."
Yes. Do you want to read it?
"Failure permits no applause." I don't know what that means.
I think, well, my interpretation is success. Once you success, people say, "Oh yeah, of course, Jenny, of course. Oh my God, duh." Now, no one really need to explain why you did it or so on and so forth. Versus failure permits no alibi is, if I remember right, alibi means excuses. So if you fail, not you specifically, if someone fail, it's just obvious that they don't need no more excuse needed. That person failed to use imagination, use persistent effort, use the determination, all the things we talk about here, that person did not incorporate into it. So therefore, they fail. Is alibi means excuse Is it true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought of it that way.
No, that's how my interpretation is.
Success requires no explanation. Failure permits no alibi. I got to read that like 10 more times.
Wow, this is my second language, guys. If I totally
Not on the vision board.
that word, even I don't understand, that's okay.
No, I'm going to put the whole thing on the vision board. Success requires no explanation. Failure permits no alibi.
Beautiful. Well, I just want to comment, guys. In case I butcher the explanation, this is my second language. I totally got the pass. So FYI.
And if you guys have any input, let us know.
Yes, let us know as we learn this together.
And we should talk about chapter 7 next week.
Yes.
I don't remember this chapter. Organized planning, the crystallization of desire into action.
The 6th step to the riches.
Whoa, I have to reread this. I didn't take any notes on this one.
It is about time, sister. Time to rock and roll.
So we will see you all on Thursday with our vision boards, and hopefully it inspires you to make one. And
yes. And
use your imagination.
Use your imagination. If you have any questions in between, please post it, share with us so we can really come on board, answer your question, help you to get better with your imagination. So we can really grab the world's oyster by your hand. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed today and have a beautiful Monday.
Love you guys. Ciao.
Bye.